Okay, so function procedures. These are the different another type of procedure, um, and they are very much similar to like the subroutines or event procedures or independent sub procedures that they also perform a block of code that perform a certain task. The difference here is that they actually return some value when they're done. That value can be a number, a string, or whatever. The subroutines do not have to return any value, but in the function they have to return something. um, Visual Basic contains lots and lots and lots of built-in functions, and you can try and get to know a lot of them, and which will help you out a lot. Um, but and also like subroutines, you can define your own functions. You can take a built-in function and you can expand it to make your own. Um, so the way it's called is it's the function is invoked by including its name with any arguments in the statement. Similar to the subroutine, is just there's no call statement here. So I mean, you just put the name of the function and whatever arguments it require, like price or hours or whatever, and then the function is basically called. The statements associated with the function are invoked, and then it returns something to the line of code where it was actually called at. Now, in the syntax, you'll see that instead of the private sub and end sub, you have the private function and the end function. Then the procedure name, then whatever the parameters like price or day, time, whatever parameters it needs to function. And then uh, here there's no handles like the procedure, so it doesn't handle anything. It's just since it's returning some expression or returning some value, so you have to have the data type of the value. So there's an as and then there's a data type. So yeah, so that's the private function syntax, and there's an example of a calc new function where you have a parameter called there's a parameter called price, which is a double, and it just returns the price which it gets and adds um, 0.05 to the price and updates it basically. So again, you see there's the difference here is the as data type and the return keyword, which has to be there in the function procedure definition. And here's an example of a program which in which you select your current pay, you select your raise rate, percentage, and it calculates the new increased pay for you. You have the function get new pay, which has a raise and a new pay. It gets your current rate, it calculates the raise and then adds raise to the current pay to get the new pay, and then it returns the new pay. So that's about the function. The new pay is a double. So that's about the function, its parameters, and all that. Now let's see how we use the calculate button event procedure to make use of this function. So first we get the pay from the pay list box, the raise rate from the raise rate list box, and then we divide raise rate by 100, and then to get the actual ratio of the percentage, and then we call the function get new pay. We the argument for pay the argument pay is basically the current parameter in the function get new pay, and the raise rate argument here is the rate parameter in the function get new pay. So once it gets those values, then it calculates the new pay and it returns it to that line of code. So basically the get new pay part of that line of code is eliminated. It disappears, and instead of that, whatever's the value in new pay is that. So let's say the calculated new pay was $10, so you put new hour pay is equals to $10, and then you just display that in a label.